Okay, Thursday morning in the kingdom, and it's off to a good start. Yes, the staff was making breakfast and looking at her dogs or whatever, or doing something with her dogs, and she seen smoke in Whoville. So she got out her quad, zipped over there with the fire extinguishers, and she thought it was just some little fire. But it turns out the kids set an apartment block on fire, which is normal. It's been 2 weeks since they had a fire. So, yeah. Here, I'll just scroll down here. I don't know if we can see it, but that black smoke over there, that's the apartment block, okay? So I had to email Johnny to tell him that the apartment block's on fire because that'll affect his deliveries. Yeah, so I have to put the beer at the back of the trailer to be unloaded first. Anything else for the hospital or that side of town, well, he'll deliver later because I'll have to put the fire out, right? Yes. Well, that's the joys of Whoville. It's been 2 weeks since the kids had a fire. You know, I guess July 1st was good enough for them for their pyromanias or their flames or fireworks or whatever. That was good enough for them. I don't know what these kids are thinking. They're kind of thinking like them German people in 1945, you know, as they're heading in the opposite direction. And they had that scorched earth policy. Yes, we'll burn everything, destroy everything so nobody else can have it. Well, hello, you have to rebuild the country. So Whoville's had, 10 or 12 fires, one every week, and these kids are destroying everything. So if this town goes mining, there's going to be no buildings to renovate or clean up or for people to live in or do anything. And then these kids are going to grow up, or they're probably complaining already. There's no programs or anything for them to do. Well, the government hands you guys so much programs and drop-ins and foo-foo stuff and everything like that. It's unreal. So now that you've destroyed everything, where are you going to live? You know, because you know you're not going to have a job, right? Because there are no jobs, right? So I just shake my head. But the staff will be inserting her live video feed just like Nessman because she's over at the fire or whatever. She'll keep us posted. Also, too, we'll check the weather here. Yes, the weather report, just like Les Nessman. And I'm hiding out of the thing. There's a slight breeze. I don't know what's wrong with the Lily Tomlin mic. It doesn't like the morning intros. Okay, maybe it's censoring me. Yeah, because I speak some words. All right, this morning at 7 o'clock, plus 11. But feels like plus 10. Yes. But on the yo-yo scale, plus 52. But feels like plus 50. Yes. We are freezing it to death here in July in Whoville. Yes, in the Great White North. There's a helicopter. I don't know if we can get him. I think that's Dickette. Where is it? Should be there. I'm like radar. I can hear him, but I can't see him. Oh, yeah. It's just like when I drink beer. I can hear you, but I can't see you. All right. Just a normal day in Whoville with lots of drama. Yes, yesterday we got lots done, and today, but you see the clouds there. Okay, it's going to be a rainy, icky day. So I guess we had 2 hot days of summer back to back. I used my air conditioner on those days. Now I'm using the heater in the house. And today, this is Canadian KD. It's crap. All right, we live at the end of the world. We do not complain when we buy a product or something on the shelf that it's outdated, icky, or whatever, because that's normal. All right? Okay? So now, 6 months later, this stuff is crap. So now we know that KD is not made with real noodles from the noodle trees, you know, that are range fed, right? They're using some aborted chemicals from Chernobyl or something to make this. All right, we used to cook this stuff at 11 minutes exactly on number 8 heat, not like Spinal Tap number 11, right? Well, you cook it at number 8 for the heat, and that would give us beautiful texture on the noodles. Now, this stuff falls apart like crap. There isn't one frickin' noodle left in the pot or whatever. It doesn't even look like KD. It just looks like mush. Yeah, and it tastes like shit. And I mean shit. Okay, we add Cheese Whiz to give it the cheesy flavor. This stuff tastes like shit. Yeah. Oh, don't ask me how I know what shit tastes like. Oh, I was drunk that night, okay? All right, but unreal. So most likely, if I put on my investigation hat and Google it and watch YouTube videos, I'll find out that the corporate people at this company all got big bonuses. Yes, big bonuses. Yeah. So instead of buying real noodles from the noodle trees that are range fed, they're getting some chemical made noodles. Instead of getting the good chemical noodles, they got probably knockoff or cyanide or Agent Orange type noodles, right? This cost save money. Yeah, so the board of directors and the upper management get bonuses, and we eat crap. Like, this is crap. I can't believe it. I might have to get the staff to grow a noodle tree. Range feed it and everything so we have some decent KD. Unreal. When you're screwing up KD, we have a problem. Next I'll be screwing up the beer. Oh, wait, they did that already. Look at Bud Light. Oh, well, I better go. I think I hear the staff coming on the background there with her live reports of the fire. I don't know what's left to burn in Whoville. Oh, wait, me. Oh, well, I better get going. Here comes the boss.
Well, this is my morning in Whoville. I brought my fire extinguishers out because I seen the smoke. And now look at this. Damn kids in Whoville. 8 o'clock in the damn morning. I don't know how well you'll be able to hear me, but I don't know if you can see. You can see the smoke coming out of the roof up there. It's coming out of the roof on the other side in that far corner too. This whole building on the inside is on fire right now. Fire go. Wow. The last time I videoed, that roof wasn't even going. Now look at it. It's so dry in there too because it's such an old building. Look at all this smoke and it's all going up. I'm going right over Whoville. That's how I seen it because my house is directly right here. So I seen all that white smoke from the beginning of the fire coming towards my house. So I ran out thinking it was somewhere over here, and then I seen this right here. But when I seen it, it was just starting to come out the window, and if it was any smaller, my fire extinguishers could have put it out. But it got too big too fast, and there was nothing I could do. I am just glad that the fire department got here as quick as they did. I don't know if you can hear me here, but I'll try and zoom in. They are watering this house next door to keep it from jumping from this place to the next place. Well, we got a helicopter coming in as well to see what's going on. Let's see how low he gets. Hang on, I'll keep recording here. Now we look up here. That is our fire crew helicopter right there. Just got back to my place in Whoville here after watching the fires, and this is what I'm talking about when I said I brought my extinguishers with me. Because if I didn't, I would have been able to put out the fire, but I'm glad I brought them just in case. You never know nowadays with the kids in Whoville. I don't know if you can hear me here, but I'll try and talk as loud as possible. Just came to give you guys a quick little update on the fire. I was only gone probably an hour, and now look at it. It is basically gone. This is also the back view of it. I was recording off into the far distance over there, but this is the other side, what it looks like.
Welcome to Whoville. Wait 10 minutes and it'll frickin' rain hard, so you drag the tools in the shop and then it quits raining. So unreal. And this is September weather in July. And you wonder why there's no tourism up here. Who would want to come up here and sit in a boat and get rained on every 10 seconds? Oh well.
Lunchtime here in Whoville, and it looks like the rains have arrived. This will help that apartment fire that's going on right now, and we'll give you guys an update when I head to the kingdom after lunch to go see what we're doing.
Okay, it only rained like 3 or 4 times heavy during lunch, so I come outside here, it's got some blue skies, and to my surprise, the staff cooked herself some KD, so I'll insert that video here. We didn't plan it, she just grabbed the box and she was cooking it when she messaged me on Drama Book. Okay, so now we have to move this cross member back because this is an 86 Chevy transmission, not like the standard 350 auto trans that, I don't know, they have the same bolt pattern or something, I don't know. But this 86 one is a little longer or something with the mounting bracket, so now we have to work away and get it to fit. If not, we got the welder and we'll make it fit. Oh, the drama, just like a marriage.
I don't know if you can hear me, but I'll try and talk as loud as possible. Just came to give you the last update on the fire here. I'll come back later tomorrow and get a final view for you guys. But it is pretty much gone. Alright, time to head to the kingdom and see what he's up to. After lunch here in the kingdom, came to see what was going on, but it's raining. So I guess we're not doing much today. I'll just go back home and go tinker with my stuff. End of the day here in Whoville, in between the rains, so the dogs are outside enjoying the sun while they can. As soon as it rains, they'll want to go back inside because of their dress feet don't like getting wet. Herc already wants to go back inside, so we'll go back in and let them in.
Okay, 5 o'clock in the kingdom. We cranked the door, cranked the door, cranked it over, and it started. This thing's always wanted to start. It's a 305, and it's always wanted to start. So that's why I don't mind spending some time changing out the cam with a used one. Now look at it. This is unreal. So the distributor is still set to where I dropped it in the other day, or the other night, and the thing fired right up. So that you know I got it right. Like, we're not making will it start, ether things or anything like that. Crank it over till it's got oil pressure and you know it's going to start. All right, let's see if we got some zoom. All right, the yard camera should record it starting up with fluff blue smoke because the cylinders were full of oil. Plus, we have lots of two-stroke oil in the gasoline because we want to lube it up. All right, we're very pleased. All right. Okay, here we come with the great startup. We can see the smoke. If I get the camera just right. All right. Okay, anytime. Boom. There we go. I don't know if you can see it, but it was puffing away there. And then I started again. Yes, look at that. Very pleased, very pleased. All right. Okay, we're very pleased. Looks like we're going to get some rain here. Oh boy, we're going to have another shower quickly. All right, we're very pleased with the 305. It turned out very well. Basically, it didn't really cost anything except for time, the lube and stuff. But you got to remember this motor was abused. It ran like crap. So now with it running, it's going to get itself happy. Plus, we didn't put any new spark plugs in. Everything was used. Okay. So we got it up and going, and this is the snorkel tube here because it comes around. Whoops, where's my finger? All right, it comes around. We'll do hand and eye coordination here. It comes around to here, so we have a flex pipe to suck on there. But the thing is we've these 4-barrel air cleaners. It's the clearance for the brake booster over there that gives us problems, and we're trying to keep them all the same so one air filter fits everything. And these rads from California work out nice when you have the nice angle hose at the top, and then we have the hose down here at the bottom, the nice flex. Okay, so it actually turned out pretty good. Let's go in here. Okay, there's the gas tank there because the one under the seat was well rotten. Well, that's normal, so we just put a TD6 cat gas tank there. After we cleaned it out, put a little spout, as long as we can fill it with the water tank. Okay, so this is the problem we had, was this transmission being an 86. It has a different mounting thing, which is actually 1.5 inches back. I don't know if we can see it. You can see the holes there. All right, but also too, my little shifter that I made here. Okay, all the trucks have the same shifter because we had no money to buy the fancy shifter, that floor shifter that bolts on the back here. You know, they want a lot of money for that. So we had to wiggle and bend because this transmission is totally different texture than the 350 autos that I'm used to. But we got it to go. Everything was temporarily done on this truck, okay, because we wanted to get all the trucks up and going. Okay, I'm on the other side of the truck. One thing here with these split hoods. Okay, this is a split hood. So we have a fancy hinge that Sir Rodney sent us, but we're going to try to control the water problems. So we have to put a tin high plate or whatever on there to keep the water from going in the air cleaner, because the air cleaner is designed to attract the water. Also too, with the ram horns, we forgot to nip this one out. I don't know if we can see it. The sun is bad. We forgot to nip it out. Okay, I should have done it with the plasma cutter on the workbench and made it look pretty, but the die grinder did just as well. So we'll have to dress that up. Who knows how long this motor is going to last. All right, so over here, we're ready to go for a test drive. We got the dual exhaust, and here's another view of the shifter. Okay, so there it is there. So it's trying to make this work with an automatic when all the old, that's a 2-speed shifter for the rear end, bolted onto the 4-speed. So we're getting it done. This cab is not too bad. a little bit of rust, but it's still pretty solid. Like we've had it for 20 years. And well, how would you say we're going to finish it? Because everything we do on these trucks, we're doing it so these trucks can be safetied or licensed to go down the road. Because they have no dollar value at my estate sale if they're just for yard trucks, okay? But we also built this water tank holder back when we were doing scrap metal, so it's a little, how would you say, overrated. Also too, the transmission cooler on the bottom of these rods is down there, okay? We put the original motor, or that motor of that 78 or whatever it was, we put an automatic, or the automatic that we had in here was a total rebuild, okay? So I don't want to contaminate the rod, because we don't know anything of this transmission here, okay? Because it came with the 305. So if the 305 was in bad shape, you can tell that that automatic's in bad shape. So what I did was I just put this on here, because I don't want to use the intercooler in the rad, because I don't want to contaminate anything, because this rad had a brand new transmission hooked to it, which everything went into the Lynn tractor when we were in a fit of rage and we wanted to go filming. So that's why the little rad's hanging out the front here. It's called cross contamination. I learned the hard way. I blew a transmission up, put a rebuilt one in, and blew that one up because all the contaminants was in the rad, or rad cooler in the rad. I didn't flush it out or anything, so I learned. But that's before the days of the internet and you could ask questions. Okay, I'll set up the Me phone on the tripod thing and see if the wind will blow it over, and we'll see if we get a driving video. If not, we could be driving over the Me phone. We'll record that because we don't know if the shifter is correct to this transmission. Okay, the test drive was a success, and we'll do a walk around here to explain the reason why all of a sudden in 2020 during the COVID lockdowns, we decided to empty out the van trailers. Like, we had 3 van trailers full of parts and motors and truck parts and vehicles laying around the yard. So we took it upon ourselves to get this shit organized, as you'd say. All right, let's do a walk around and I'll quickly explain, and then you'll see why we want everything up and running, because in case I die, or let's finish some of these projects, not like my father. Okay, 37 Dodge Hot Rod truck. I bought it in 1984 as a smashed up rolled wreck, okay? I've always driven it as my vehicle, and then through my divorces and everything, it became a welding truck. And Zena grew up riding around in this truck because it was our only vehicle. The last time we had it on the road legally was 2015, so now we're taking it apart and we're going to have to rebuild it because it is up in age. Okay, and then over here is the cab, or with the complete parts truck, okay, for the 37 Dodge, because this truck was rolled, so we had a parts cab and truck from Saskatchewan, Davidson, Saskatchewan. So it's on the lowrider frame, which is a 47 Dodge with a Camaro subframe. I started this project in 1974 when I was 8 years old or whatever, and I worked away on it. And then I ended up being my dad's as a 47 Dodge two-door sedan. My dad didn't really do anything with it, so then we got it gifted to us in 2010, I think it was, or 11, after his death. And a low-rider car up here that was rusted right out didn't work out, so we made it into the rat rod by putting the cab for the 37 Dodge on. But also, too, this will become a film truck because it'll be automatic, and any filming or smooth riding, driving will be done on this truck here, so it'll make it look like the 37 Dodge Hot Rod, which is featured in the Naughty Natalie book series. Okay, the 38 GMC. Yes, we're going in the years. Hopefully I can count. 37, 38, 39, that kind of sort of thing. The 38 GMC, my dad got it in 1977, and then it was seized and, how would you say, kind of in bad shape when I got it from my dad in 1997. So I last farted around with it in 2000. and we didn't really do much with it, okay? But we had good intentions. So now it's up and running and driving, so I think we did pretty good. It only took 20 some years, but that was 2020 when we could sit down and work on this stuff, and we ordered parts and could, how would you say, finish a project. Okay, the 38 Maple Leaf is family owned or whatever, cousins, relatives, or whatever like that. They don't want to talk to me, I don't talk to them, so it works out good. It arrived in the kingdom in 2012, no, 2011 I think it was. We drove it around the yard because we had a grain box on it. We were having great fun until the fan went through the rad and stuff. So then we've been working on it. 2018 is when we started the conversion to the V8 motor from Wisconsin and shortening the frame. I think it was 2019 when we did this frame shorten. And the thing is we do it all. The Maple Leaf is very hard to work on to get the brakes and everything like that, but it's slowly coming. We want all the trucks mechanically in good shape, and then we worry about the bodywork. Okay, the 39 Chevy that I bought in 1984, yes, for $200. So I was buying a hot rod truck that was rolled, I was buying a parts truck that was not in good shape, and I was buying a 39 Chevy. Okay, but this truck has always been my work truck. We've always used it, okay? So it's been a steady truck in the kingdom. We run, we drive, we have fun with it, and we always kept it going. So it's the only one of the fleet that actually has been working. Okay, the 41 Chevy 4x4. It was 1982 when my dad got the cab from a fellow that was, how would you say, going to build a hot rod and have big dreams and big plans, but he got married and his wife had other plans. So then in 1999, my dad and I put the cab on this 1974 IH 4x4 truck. So we had fun with it right up until, how would you say, 2010. And then we kind of lost interest in it because the motor wouldn't start. So that was basically about it. So then we tried it again in 2016 or 14. We took the transmission out, and then it was 2020 when we started working on it and getting serious. But that IH motor pissed us off. So the last year we did a lot of work on it and getting it up and running and changing the design of it so it actually is usable in the kingdom. Yes, we can put the hoverboard on behind and take the mini hoe to the bush to have some fun. Okay, 45 Chevy 3-ton, which my grandpa got hit by the train on May 1st, 1947. Yes, and then he fixed the truck and he kept using it, and then he lost track of the truck. And then in 1980, we found the truck in south of Northern Manitoba. Yes, that's down by the border, and the fellow was nice enough to give it to Grandpa and I. All right, so we dragged it home, and 1983 was basically the last year it was together as a truck, because I took it apart with big dreams, big plans, but no money, and then I found out that I go through puberty and boobies become more interesting than the truck. So that was it for the truck. So then it's been in parts and pieces until 2020, and then that's when we had enough. We emptied out the shed and we started working on it. Now we can drive it around the yard and wave at the ladies. Oh, I got the shakes. I better have some beer. Okay, the 46 Chevy 2-ton truck. Okay, it's not as big as the 45 there, but it came from Milford. I brought it home for parts, and then we had a water tank on it and stuff like that. So we towed it around with a tow bar. So that was 2003, and then in 2021, in the fall of 2021, we put the motor in, made the mounts, and then 2022, we went for the first test drive without the tow bar. So that worked out pretty good. All the springs, the brakes, and everything have been done on this truck. It's in nice shape for being, how would you say, abused and everything. So in 20 years of ownership, we can finally go for a drive. Okay, the 1948 Chevy sedan delivery my dad bought in 1974. And then in about 83 was basically the last time it was ever seen in the light of day. It went into storage. Yes, storage. And then in 2015, the lawyer's mother and everybody decided that I get the vehicle, because my sister had different plans on flipping the vehicle and going stateside. My dad hated flippers and stuff like that. So mother stepped in and she said it's going north. So we hired a semi truck and it came north, and that's where it's here. Okay, 2015, to prove my dad wrong, well, he's dead, I went and spent some money foolishly on it. In 3 weeks, we had it up and running and driving. But the thing was always in primer. Ooh, we got some wood here. I'll move forward. Okay, it was always in primer since 1983, so it had some rust, okay? And then, so we painted it black when we arrived and we took it off the trailer. That's the first thing we did, to give it that protective coating. And also, too, my dad was a flower child of the 60s. An icicle fell on the roof right here and caved it in. So he had some harebrained idea. We're going to cut the roof out and put a sunroof out of a Volkswagen Bug or a minivan or something like that. So then after he died, there was supposed to be a complete roof here. All right, but nobody knows where it went. So, wow, we just took a 85 Chevy half-ton hood and kind of screw-nailed it onto the roof and siliconed it so we can drive it around. So that was one of Dad's excuses, that it always had to be in storage because there was a big hole in the roof. And to make it a true northern car, we put the exhaust stack up there. All right. So then when we were backing up and hauling the pony around and stuff, like, we drive these things in the winter. This is not Parade Queens. These things have to work in the winter, drive and have fun. All right, let's go see what the flags are doing. Okay, we're done for the day. I got my end of the day intro done, or whatever, closing ceremony speech or something, valedictorian, I don't know. Okay, look at the clouds. It's going to rain again. So we've had 10 minutes without rain, so it's going to rain. All right, let's look at the flags. They're looking good. All right, they're in storage. Hopefully we can have a parade. We're getting tired of this September rainy weather. But all right, but I'm quite happy with 46 Chevy can be in the parade. So now we have 13 items for the parade, which is an unlucky number. So maybe we'll have to find the 14th one. All right, let's go walk the dogs, drink some beer, make a video. Talk to you later.